Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Simon Aburisk, and I'm the Interim Dean of the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Alberta, and I'll be your MC today. I'd like to acknowledge that we are gathered today on Treaty 6 territory. The University of Alberta respects the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. Welcome, Honorable Demetrios Nicolaides, fellow post-secondary leaders and esteemed guests, to the University of Alberta and the Engineering Teaching and Learning Complex. Today, we gather in front of the ELCO Engineering Garage, an open, hands-on workspace for community collaboration, providing training and support across the Faculty of Engineering and the wider University of Alberta community. Founded in 2019, the ELCO Engineering Garage was made possible by the generous support of Ernie and Kathy Elko. The garage stems from the vision that making something must be something experienced firsthand through designing, building, iterating, and seeing something created from nothing. It is an open, hands-on workspace for community collaboration and physical prototyping, facilitated by providing training services, troubleshooting support, and fabrication resources. It's one of a kind. From creating 3D printed hearts to plastic fabrication and electronic systems, the ELCO Garage has become a key part of the student experience as we have imagined it here in engineering, the beginning of anything. Today, it is a representative of our path forward. By working together, we will continue to support the leaders of tomorrow and help position our province to be more competitive and adaptable in this continuously changing world. It is now my pleasure to invite Minister Nicolaides, Minister of Advanced Education, to the podium.
Well, thank you, Simon, for hosting us here today at the University of Alberta's Engineering, Teaching, and Learning Complex. And good afternoon to everyone. I'm really excited to be here. Today is a very exciting day for the University of Alberta and, in fact, the entire post-secondary system here in the city of Edmonton. Now, the sign in front of me says Alberta 2030, and this is the new 10-year strategic plan that the Ministry of Advanced Education, in consultation with students and our post-secondary partners, have developed together. And a critical part of the Alberta 2030 strategic plan is to expand access and create more opportunities for Alberta learners to be able to access post-secondary education right here at home. And I want to acknowledge, before I go on, and thank University of Alberta President Bill Flanagan, NorQuest College President Carolyn Campbell, NAIT President Laura Jo Gunter, and MacEwan Vice President Dr. Craig Monk, and others for being here with all of us today. I'm indeed truly excited to be traveling across the province this week and throughout next week to share details about the largest targeted enrollment expansion in Alberta history. Alberta's economy is taking off, whether in tech, film and television, agriculture, or oil and gas, or engineering. Wherever you look, you see strong signs of economic growth. In fact, Alberta's economy is forecast to return to levels not seen since 2014. As well, many analysts are predicting that Alberta will lead the country in economic growth this year. This is due in part to the Alberta Recovery Plan, a bold and ambitious plan to breathe new life into Alberta's economy and create new opportunities for every Albertan. However, this rapid pace of economic growth also brings its own set of problems and challenges. And one of these challenges is the lack of available talent. Indeed, as I travel across the province, employers in every corner of our province are expressing concern about not being able to hire the staff that they need. The government of Alberta continues to invest in our economic future through our sustainable, globally competitive post-secondary education system. We are seeing high demand as well for post-secondary education, specifically in the Edmonton-Calgary urban corridor. In fact, 88% of the projected growth in the post-secondary sector and broadly is in our two major cities. To help address these pressures, Alberta's government is spending $171 million over 3 years to create almost 10,000 additional spaces in our post-secondary institutions. As I mentioned earlier, this is without question the largest targeted enrollment expansion in Alberta's history. Under this program, all 26 publicly funded post-secondary institutions were asked to submit proposals to expand capacity in their highest demand programs. We received an overwhelming response. In fact, we received 121 proposals from 23 post-secondary institutions in key economic areas such as aviation, business management, engineering, healthcare, and technology. Proposals were scored and evaluated for labor market demand, institutional employment data, and financial implications. Through the Alberta at Work initiative, the Targeted Enrollment Expansion Program is focusing investment in post-secondary education programs in key economic areas. Yesterday, I was very pleased to be in Vermilion at the Lakeland College campus to announce an investment of $4 million to create more than 400 new seats in northeastern Alberta, primarily in healthcare aid programming. Today, I'm pleased to build on that investment. And I am incredibly happy and excited to share that Edmonton area post-secondary institutions collectively will receive a historic $70 million in new investment over 3 years. This investment will create an additional 4,900 new seats in the Edmonton area in areas such as early learning and childcare, IT, healthcare, business programs, and of course, why I'm standing in front of it, engineering. This investment in the capital region is a win-win. It will ensure students can participate in these high-demand programs as early as this September, and it will ensure that Edmonton has the talent that it needs to continue to thrive. Let me give you some more details about where this funding is going and how it will be spent over the next 3 years. First and foremost, Concordia University, which I understand was not able to join us today, will receive $1.5 million to create 100 new seats in 2 programs. Specifically, 60 seats will be created in the Information Technology degree program, and 40 seats will be created in the Master of Science in Information Technology program. MacEwan University will receive approximately $4 million over 3 years to create 480 new seats in 4 high-demand programs. 240 new spaces will be created in the Bachelor of Commerce program, 60 seats will be added to the Bachelor of Child and Youth Care program, 120 spaces to the Bachelor of Science, Nursing, and 60 seats to the Psychiatric Nursing Diploma program. Next, we are investing $9.2 million to create 411 spaces at the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. 96 seats will be added to the Accounting and Analytics degree program, 48 spaces to the Veterinary Medical Assistant Certificate program, 96 spaces to the Finance degree program, and as well, the Digital Media and IT program will increase by 75 seats. With respect to NorQuest College, the college will receive $7 million to create 767 spaces across 5 programs. Indeed, we've heard a lot, specifically about the critical need for early learning and childcare support, and as a result, we are funding 96 new spaces in the new certificate program. We are also investing 230 new seats in the critical healthcare aid program, 120 seats in the machine learning analyst diploma, and 225 spaces in the rural healthcare aid program, which I have to mention includes support for a really cool mobile lab to help ensure communities across Alberta have access. And finally, of course, I'm very pleased to announce $48.3 million over 3 years right here to the University of Alberta to create 3,231 additional spaces. 450 new seats will be created right here in the Bachelor of Science program. And my friend Simon will be very pleased to know that we are also expanding graduate engineering spaces by 81 seats and undergrad spaces by 336 seats. We will continue to support healthcare with 132 new spaces in the nursing degree program. And last but not least, we're helping the university grow its business program by over 2,200 spaces. So as you can see, this is indeed a massive investment in expanding enrollment in the capital region and ensuring that Edmonton has the talent that it needs to thrive. Significant investments in early child learning and healthcare and technology programs will ensure Alberta's students and the province as a whole will continue to meet the demands of our rapid economic growth. These investments will ensure that hard-working Albertans have the skills they need to find future jobs, make a good living, and raise a family. I would like to thank the faculty and staff at the University of Alberta for hosting us here today, and I want to extend my gratitude to all post-secondary partners in the Edmonton area who develop and deliver high-quality education and training. In closing, I encourage everyone to find out more details about this historic enrollment expansion at alberta.ca. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Nicolaides. Excellent news indeed. Now I would like to invite Bill Flanagan, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Alberta, to give his remarks.
Well, thank you, Simon, and thank you, Minister Nicolaides, and a very warm welcome to our post-secondary colleagues from across the Edmonton region. As this is a theme that is dear to my heart, and the minister will attest that I think the first time we met, I talked to you about the importance of enrollment growth for a young population in Alberta. And we're enormously fortunate in Alberta to have such a young, talented population and a growing population of young people here in Alberta. And so I've been advocating for enrollment growth, as I mentioned, since I started in the role. And so I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today to join the minister on this really historic announcement of such importance. And as I mentioned, in Alberta, we have a remarkable advantage over many other regions, not only in Canada, but around the world. And that is a young, growing population, and a population of people who are eager to expand their learning opportunities at Alberta's post-secondary institutions. And all of us know that we need to maximize this opportunity and keep Alberta's young people right here in the province, give them the opportunity that they need to acquire the skills and the knowledge to thrive in the economy and the society of tomorrow. And as I mentioned, Minister Nicolaides knows I've been a tireless advocate for enrollment growth. So I was simply thrilled when in February, the government of Alberta announced $171 million in new funding over the next 3 years to support post-secondary enrollment growth in Alberta. And this represents a bold investment in our province's economic future, as well as a critical investment in the young people of Alberta. And for the U of A, this expansion could not come at a better time. Our applications are up 25% in the last 6 years alone. Our application numbers are projected to grow by an additional 20% in the next 6 years. And this is just a function of the demographics in Alberta and a young population. So we aim to grow and continue to grow. Minister, I'm afraid I'm not done yet talking to you about enrollment growth. I just thought I'd give you a little warning there. But so we will grow. We're currently about 42,000 students. We hope to grow to over 50,000 students in the next 5 years. And we can do that just on the demographics of Alberta and a young population. So with today's announcement of $48 million in new funding for the University of Alberta, we will increase our enrollment in engineering, science, business, and nursing, all areas of very high student demand and high labor market shortages. As well, these are also areas of exceptional strength for the University of Alberta. Just last month, the U of A's nursing and petroleum engineering programs were ranked first in Canada and in the top 10 in the world. So this is a remarkable, thank you. So I'd like to thank you once again, Minister Nicolaides, and all your colleagues with the Government of Alberta in this critical new investment in talent. And we are here to work with you and the Government of Alberta to ensure that young Albertans can reach their full potential and to keep our young people here, right here in the province, and provide them with the opportunities that they need to build their careers and families here in Alberta. Our students will power Alberta's economic growth and diversification. So the University of Alberta is proud to partner with the Government of Alberta in maximizing the great opportunities that lie ahead for our province. Once again, thank you for this significant investment. This is a great day for the University of Alberta and a great day for the province. Thank you.
Thank you, President Flanagan, for great remarks. I would now like to welcome President and CEO of NAIT, Laura Jo Gunter, to the podium.
Thank you, Simon. On behalf of NAIT, I would like to thank Minister Nicolaides, as well as the Ministry of Advanced Education, for this generous funding through the Alberta at Work initiatives. Because of this crucial funding, NAIT will be able to expand enrollment, giving us the capacity to educate more students in high-demand fields to meet current and future labor demands. It will enable us to meet the growing demand for seats in finance, digital media, information technology, computer engineering technology, and veterinarian technology. These are fields that are critical to Alberta's future economy. Today's announcement aligns well with NAIT's vision. We are proud of the way that our transformational polytechnic education leads to meaningful careers. Last week, NAIT had its first in-person convocation since the pandemic. And it was there that I saw firsthand the excitement of our graduates as they go to enter the workforce. And I know that they're all going to have great success and great careers. And that's because of NAIT's close ties to industry and our hands-on experiential learning environment. Students are job ready from the moment that they finish. In fact, 95% of NAIT's graduates find employment within the first 2 years of graduating, and many find work before they graduate. And 98% of our employers tell us they are satisfied with NAIT's graduates. Part of the reason is that NAIT is able to prepare learners for meaningful careers because we work so closely with the people who employ them. Industry is a partner and the focus in all we do, including curriculum development and work-integrated learning. Our promise to industry is that NAIT will deliver the necessary exceptional talent and critical innovation that they need to grow and compete. NAIT has a long track record of supporting Alberta companies by providing the talent that they need to succeed. And is that because of that track record that I see great success in the funding that we get today. So I want to thank everyone here for the funding, because it's opportunities like this that speak to the important role that post-secondary sector plays in developing the skills and innovation to drive the Alberta economy now and in the future. We share the government's vision for a talented workforce in high-demand fields. So once again, I want to thank the Government of Alberta for this funding. Thank you.
Thank you, President Gunter. I would now like to invite President and CEO of NorQuest College, Carolyn Campbell, to provide her remarks.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, President Flanagan, for having us here today, and thank you, Minister Nicolaides, for such welcome news. NorQuest College has grown by about 66% over the past few years, with a pretty big bump this year, and projected applications for next year already in excess of 23%. So this is very, very welcome news. Budget 2022 reinforced the Government of Alberta's commitment to helping Albertans build their skills and strengthen the economy. Today's investment in Alberta's prosperity translates into nearly 800 additional seats at NorQuest, making education more accessible for more Albertans. NorQuest College shares this vision for accessible education. We are uniquely positioned to deliver the workforce-relevant, industry-supported training to get more Albertans working. This funding will benefit so many Albertans in post-secondary and beyond. It will grow Alberta's ability to put patients first by graduating more learners through NorQuest's Healthcare Aid Certificate program. Alberta is currently facing a healthcare worker shortage, and healthcare aides are in particular demand. Investments in community care, continuing care, home care services, and mental health services do not just translate to a boost to medical and nursing care, but all aspects of interdisciplinary care. Nurses and healthcare aides will help grow healthy communities through family, social supports, and housing. For rural Alberta in particular, this investment will help respond to the acute shortage of healthcare aides by drawing from people connected to the community and those who choose to stay and work in rural communities. It also supports the creation of an innovative off-grid mobile lab that can be moved from one small community to another. And thank you, Minister, for drawing attention to that. We're quite excited to that, too. It will grow our capacity to deliver education right in the communities where learners will work as the mobile lab moves across Alberta. This investment also commits more open spaces in programs like NorQuest's early learning and childcare and diploma programs. Albertans know that childcare is essential for supporting Alberta's workforce and economic growth. By graduating additional early learning and childcare professionals, government is playing an important role in supporting families and promoting the growth of healthy children. We are also further invigorating our province's growth, strengthening in cutting-edge programming like NorQuest's Machine Learning Analyst program, sold out, by the way, this year. In the last 4 years, Alberta has more than doubled the number of tech companies in our province, and these companies are driving our province's tech economy, and learners are demonstrating their interest in these cutting-edge fields through a flexible, industry-aligned education to help them enter the artificial intelligence and machine learning workforce. This investment means more learners will be able to access these critical and in-demand roles, therefore helping Alberta's economy grow and flourish for years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Campbell. I would now like to invite Provost and Vice President Academic of MacEwan University, Dr. Craig Monk, to the podium.
Good afternoon. I was originally trained as a literature professor, so I was intrigued to be invited to an event at the University of Alberta English Barn. I arrived today and met the Dean of Engineering, and it made much more sense. Thrilled to be with you this afternoon. Good afternoon, Minister Nicolaides, colleagues from other post-secondary institutions in Edmonton, and welcome guests. My name is Dr. Craig Monk, and I bring greetings on behalf of Dr. Annette Trimby, President of MacEwan University. Dr. Trimby sends her regrets for being unable to attend. She's in Ottawa today to receive an award for her contributions to education in Canada. As Provost at MacEwan University, I'm honored to be here in her place as we announce investments through the Targeted Enrollment Expansion Program to add new seats to Edmonton area post-secondary institutions. MacEwan University has demonstrated time and time again that we respond to the needs of industry and our community, and we meet student demand. We've been a community fixture for half a century. You may know that we're celebrating our 50th year this year. Minister, it was fantastic to have you at our recent ceremony marking the occasion. If I may, it also appears that you really enjoyed those celebrations, given the many excellent pictures and videos you posted to your social media channels. We're pleased that you have recognized the important role MacEwan plays in our city and in our province. We're also pleased that you have acknowledged the role we play in contributing to the ongoing economic recovery and growth in Alberta. Today's announcement is just the latest sign of this recognition. The funding allocated to MacEwan will be used to grow the number of seats available in high-demand areas, seats that will allow Albertans to gain important skills. There'll be increased access for Albertans who want to pursue a Bachelor of Commerce degree to take up the challenge of being the business leaders of tomorrow. There will be more spaces for Albertans who want to graduate with a Bachelor of Child and Youth Care degree to tend to Alberta's next generation. There will also be additional places for future healthcare heroes, Albertans working towards a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. And to help respond to an emergent need in our communities, an area of growing concern even before the challenges presented us all during the pandemic, we will be adding new spaces to accommodate Albertans who want to graduate with a psychiatric nursing diploma. These are all areas of particular strength for MacEwan University, and we know that our graduates will make a real impact in the capital region and beyond. Community, public agencies, and industry that hire our graduates tell us that their new employees come ready to contribute. They're savvy, they're versatile, and they're adaptable. They're job ready. That's a point of pride for us. We know that a changing labor market and the demographics tell us that more post-secondary spaces are going to be needed. The province's Alberta 2030 plan sets out objectives for growing our capacity. MacEwan will do our share, and we plan to take on even more. Additional student spaces will contribute to MacEwan's teaching greatness, our new strategic vision, and our aspiration to grow our enrollment by an average of 5% annually. We know that MacEwan graduates stay in Alberta. They contribute to our province and its economy. Alberta needs more MacEwan. We align well with Alberta 2030, government's strategic roadmap for our system. Both seek to enhance the skill set of the province's workforce. So in conclusion, it goes without saying that we welcome additional investments in MacEwan, additional investments in our sector. We like to say that our distinctive approach to post-secondary education makes our graduates grand as a griffin. Investments like these today make us just a little more grand. On behalf of President Trimby, then, thank you. We look forward to building on a relationship focused on expanding access to post-secondary education in Alberta.
Thank you, Dr. Monk. And now, last but not least, and on behalf of the students, Mr. Matthew Yanish, who's the Vice President External of the Student Association of MacEwan University. Matthew.
All right, that's just going to stay there. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here today to share in a very exciting moment of growth for MacEwan. My name is Matthew Yanish, and I'm the Vice President External at the Students Association of MacEwan University, where we represent the interests of almost 20,000 students here in Edmonton. Having spent what some people consider maybe a little bit too much time on the MacEwan campus, I've seen firsthand the community and friendship present in the people walking the halls of MacEwan. Of course, a community is easy to develop when we're all in the same place, but I've seen just how frequently that community will go beyond the limits of being a student and into lifelong friendships and connections too. My own student experience is very reflective of this, and you don't need to look further than the roster on my slow pitch team or the crowd at a local band's performance to see MacEwan students in action. If you spent any time in Edmonton or are lucky enough to live here, the odds are that you've interacted with one of our 19,000 students or one of our nearly 100,000 alumni, anywhere from your local daycare to your accountant's office. When they're not busy building up belonging on our campus, MacEwan students and graduates are busy shining in their career and post-undergraduate work, a testament to the quality of programming offered at our university. Whether it's nursing grads saving lives on the front lines of our pandemic response, or fine arts graduates bringing us the latest production, MacEwan students have continued to rise to the challenges put forth by the pandemic. The announcement today has made it possible for even more current and future students to benefit from everything MacEwan has to offer. As a student myself, I'm eager to welcome these new faces to campus and to provide them with a slice of the MacEwan experience. What we're seeing today is a recognition by the Government of Alberta and Advanced Education that MacEwan is a key player in Alberta's economic recovery and prosperity. Through Alberta 2030 and the continuing conversations between students and Minister Nicolaides, we know that there is a clear vision from the provincial government on the path forward for post-secondary in Alberta. We also know that with more than 80% of MacEwan's programming having a work-integrated learning component, among other aspects of MacEwan's commitment to teaching greatness, MacEwan students are exceptionally well prepared to bring that vision to life. Whether it's stellar work-integrated learning opportunities or the chance to partake in research usually reserved for graduate students, MacEwan has shown time and time again that they are committed both to this path forward and to the success of students. And you don't have to take my word for it. Consistently, the data collected from MacEwan graduates shows that most of us stay and invest in Edmonton and Alberta. As we face down the challenges of brain drain and losing talent to other provinces, investing in institutions that enable our grads to stay and find good work is not only necessary, but the reasonable route. With MacEwan undertaking a number of key projects, like providing our own School of Business students with their own dedicated space, I'm hopeful that MacEwan's place in the post-secondary world in Alberta, as the institution providing world-class training for degrees, diplomas, and certificates, will only be further solidified. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Yanish. This brings the event to an end. But thank you for your attendance. It's been an honor to be here with all of you. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you together to support our students, give them the opportunity to grow, explore, and pursue their passions throughout the province. Thank you and have a good day.